This is inner motion. We don't run from the dark, we walk straight into it, and we come out unrecognizable. You've been lied to. They told you pain is a problem, that it's a signal something's wrong, that you should run from it, numb it, escape it. Take a break, go easy on yourself, feel better, be kind to your emotions. That's the lie. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the gate. It's the checkpoint between who you are and who you say you want to become. They won't tell you this because they want you soft, they want you addicted to comfort. Because if you're addicted to comfort, you're predictable. And if you're predictable, you're controllable. But pain breaks that pattern. Pain forces you to confront yourself. It strips away the distractions, the masks, the excuses. Pain exposes the truth about your habits, your mindset, your limits, your identity. That's why the weak run from it, because pain doesn't lie. And when you're weak, the truth terrifies you. But if you're serious about transformation, then pain isn't something you run from, it's something you run into. The gym hurts, the grind is uncomfortable, the silence is suffocating, but that's where the work gets done. You think clarity comes from comfort. No, it comes from suffering. You think discipline grows in peace. No, it grows in pressure. Pain is a forge, and you either walk in and become steel, or you stand outside and stay soft. Most people will choose soft because soft feels good. Soft gets likes, soft is trendy, soft is safe. But you're not here to be safe. You're here to become something no one can ignore. And that means you have to bleed, you have to break, you have to hurt. The pain is not the punishment, it's the passage. It's the currency you pay for power. If you keep trying to avoid pain, you're avoiding the very thing that would have made you strong. Pain doesn't just hurt, it defines you. In the moment you're breaking, you get a choice. Fold or forge. That's the test. And most people fail it. Not because they're weak, but because they never learned how to stand still in the fire.c. Pain isn't just a feeling, it's a mirror. And when it shows you who you really are, you either fix it or you fake it. Some people take the easy road. They lie to themselves. They blame others. They act like the pain was random, unfair, meaningless. But the strong know pain isn't meaningless. It's information. It tells you what needs to be upgraded, what needs to be cut, what's no longer working. When you're in pain, real pain, everything fake dies off. The ego dies. The excuses disappear. What's left is the core. And that's where your real identity begins. You can't build character in ease. You can't create resilience in luxury. Who you are, the real you, only shows up when everything else is stripped away. It's easy to say you're disciplined when life is comfortable. It's easy to say you're focused when everything is going your way. But what about when it's not? What about when your plans fall apart? When your heart's broken? When the doubt creeps in? When you're tired, alone, and no one's watching? That's when identity is built. Not by what you say, but by what you do. Pain doesn't care about your potential. It reveals whether you're living up to it. Pain doesn't care about your intentions, it checks your execution, and every time you show up, despite the pain, you earn respect. Not from the world, but from yourself. That's how confidence is built. Not by affirmations, not by hype, but by surviving the fire over and over again until you realize you are not fragile, you are forged. Pain gave you that, and it will keep giving if you're willing to keep showing up. Pain is not just something you survive, it's something you use. The weak want to heal so they can go back to who they were. The strong, they don't want to go back. They want to become someone new, someone built through the scars. You don't just bounce back, you come back sharper, more focused, less naive. That's the point. Pain isn't there to ruin you, it's there to rewire you. You think the pain made you cold? No, it made you clear. You think it made you emotionless? No, it gave you control. People who have never suffered, they move sloppy. They trust too easy. They waste energy. They chase validation. But when you've been broken and rebuilt, you don't move the same. You're surgical. You're calculated. You don't need to react because you already know who you are. You don't waste time proving yourself. You let the results speak because you're not in this for attention. You're in this for transformation. The pain taught you silence. It taught you patience. It taught you how to sit in the dark and not panic. And now, that wound, that trauma, that failure, it's your edge. It's the fire behind your discipline. You don't need external motivation. You've got memory. You remember what it felt like to be powerless. You remember the shame. You remember the fear. And you decided you'll never feel that weak again, so you show up. You train. You build. You delay the dopamine. You embrace the silence. You live in the boring because that's where killers are made. Most people run from pain. You've learned to weaponize it, to hold it close, to let it fuel your next move. You're not healed. You're dangerous. And that's more than enough. Pain will introduce you to discipline, but only if you're willing to stay in it long enough. Anyone can work hard for a week. Anyone can suffer for a day. But can you stay in the fire for as long as it takes? That's what separates the obsessed from the emotional. That's what separates those who rise from those who relapse. Discipline is not about intensity. It's about consistency under fire. It's about doing the reps when your body aches, showing up when your mind screams to quit, staying focused when everything in you wants escape. Most people use pain as an excuse to stop, but the rare few use it as a reason to go further, because pain has a voice, and if you listen closely, it will tell you what's weak. It will tell you what needs to be cut. It will reveal who you've been pretending to be. You can't fake it in the fire. You either have the discipline or you don't. You either get the reps in or you lie to yourself. The fire won't be impressed by your ambition. It doesn't care about your dreams. It only answers to your work ethic. You think champions are built in comfort. You think discipline is built with dopamine. No, it's built in drought, in silence, in pressure, in pain. When it's hard, you stay. When it's slow, you stay. When it's boring, you stay. When no one claps, you stay. When it doesn't feel good, you stay. Because you're not here for feelings. You're here for transformation. And the longer you stay in the fire, the less it burns you. Until one day, it doesn't break you anymore. It sharpens you. It fuels you. It obeys you. Because you've become one with it. That's the discipline. To stay in the fire long enough to become steel. Pain is not just the destroyer, it's the rebuilder. It kills who you used to be, so something unshakable can take its place. Every version of you that broke, good, it had to, because it wasn't built to last. It was built in comfort by default, by ego. But the version that survives the pain, that one's different. That one's intentional. That one's tested. Pain strips everything that was weak, fake, impulsive, and when it's done, you're left with only what's real. No illusions, no pretending, just power, earned through endurance. That's what rebirth is. It's not glamorous, it's not pretty, it's not posted. It's done alone, in silence, while you're bleeding, rebuilding, becoming. You don't come out of pain the same. You come out precise, ruthless with your focus, uncompromising with your time. Because pain showed you what happens when you let weakness run your life. And now you move different. You live with edge. You love with clarity. You train like it's war. This is what most people will never understand. Pain is not the end, it's the entrance. The entrance to power, to purpose, to peace. Because once you've been to the bottom, you don't fear it anymore. You've made peace with it. And that's where your freedom lives. You've died 1,000 deaths in silence. And now you walk like someone who can't be killed. You don't need to announce it, you are it. You've been through the fire and came out forged. You've been broken and built something better. You've met pain and shook its hand. Now you move through the world different. Not louder, but heavier. Not faster, but deeper. Because the old you died in the fire and the new you. He was born there. If it hurts, good. That means you're in the right place. Stay there, let it burn. Because on the other side of pain is the version of you they're not ready to meet. This is inner motion. We don't run from the dark. We walk straight into it. And we come out unrecognizable.